Hello everyone, welcome to today's gold analysis video. Now, as you know, we were bearish in gold. We were expecting a breakdown of this range, and we were expecting a fourth wave correction, which should take us to the zone of 3101 to 2655. So this is a major zone, you can say, of Fibonacci, which should be the target for this fourth wave. Now, we were expecting a breakdown, but obviously we are not expecting it to take out today during the quiet Asian session, which was obviously pre-planned by the market makers that we were going to break this range on a quiet session. We were not going to do it in London or in New York session. And they have done that exactly. Nobody were expecting a breakdown of this range today. We were expecting a breakdown of this tomorrow. During the NFP in the US session, when there will be high volatility, I was expecting personally a takeout of all the sellers over here and then continuation of the downtrend. But that did not happen. Surprisingly, market just broke this zone out of nowhere, which is fine because market was testing this level multiple times. You can see previously tested this once, twice, thrice, and 4 times. Yesterday also market came down and market tested this level. These were big candles. This was showing that the selling pressure was there, but suddenly market just got rejected from here again. And I know that many buyers got trapped here. People were thinking that this is kind of triangle formation, which is going to break out in the upside and market is going to reverse from here. But I've already warned you that do not buy because gold is right now overstretched. The RSI is overbought in weekly. And I have gave you all the warnings not to buy in gold. Now what we have here is a breakdown of this range we were expecting, but obviously I could not trade this because it was during the early morning session in India. And after that, what we see here is that market has come down to this structural levels over here, which are actually support levels for gold. And we want to see market to actually pull back from here and potentially test this zone, which was our last major zone, which provided support to gold since 23rd April and today on 1st May. So you can say 1 week. So since 1 week, market has been providing support to this level. So this is a major level. And when a major level gets broken, market most of the times tests that level for continuation of the trend. So we can expect a retest of this zone and on rejection and market structure shift, which is my personal confirmation. I like market structure shift in lower time frames. We can look to sell gold and we can target these structural levels over here. So our first level obviously is going to be 2223. Our second level is going to be 2211. And our third level is going to be 2193, which is a major support level. Okay, so this is a major swing low, and this whole rally, all these buyers over here, their stop losses are going to be below this low, below this extreme swing low. So this low is very, very important. Lots of liquidity resides below this low, and very soon this low will be taken. But this is not our long-term target. For our long-term targets, as according to our Fibonacci, we have this level over here, which is 3101, and below that we also have more levels. But if we look at this structure over here, what we can see is that we have this A wave, and after that this was a triangle formation where we had this A wave, where we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. After that we had this B wave, a 3-wave move, and then we had this C wave, again a 3-wave move. Then we had this D wave, again a 3-wave move, and this E wave. And then you can see exactly from this trend line, market got rejected yesterday, and then you can see market broke this range and market dropped in the downside direction. So this was a perfect triangle that has played out really nicely. I was expecting a triangle along with a sideways correction, but yeah, so this triangle played out and market gave us this breakdown of this range. And right now what we're expecting is a pullback, and then we'll be looking to sell. But let me tell you, structurally, this zone over here, you can see I've already drawn this level 3239 structurally. This is also our previous supply zone. So be careful. Once this level breaks, we can expect a retest of this zone around 3260, and only after that we can look to sell gold, because right now our confirmation, which obviously I had some of the confirmation, but I was looking for more and more confirmation, we have that now. Because if we look at in 4-hour time frame, we have our clear breakdown over here at 3260. So this is a new break of structure in the downside direction, confirming more downside is coming in the upcoming days. Now, what can be the target? Obviously, we have some target levels at 3101 based on this whole wave over here. But now if we look at this microstructure, since we have the high of the B wave, what we can see is that, let me just, okay, so this is the low and this is the high of the B wave, right? So this is giving us a target of 3081 at the minimum for this C wave, which is going to complete this higher degree fourth wave. And below that, we have 3024. Let me also add 1.382 extension level, which will be our 2989. And below that, our extreme level is 2933, which is also confluencing with this major structural level over here, which was our previous structural low. And after that, market gave us this rally. So yes, it is possible that this whole rally, the stop loss of all the buyers over here is below the structural low, which is quite obvious. And it is possible that market visits this low once again, hunts the stop losses, and then market reverses from here and gives us a new all-time high. That is very much possible. So this is what we are looking for to trade in gold next. We were waiting for breakdown of this range, which we finally have. And tomorrow is NFP, so obviously we are going to have lots of action. But our direction is very, very clear to us right now. And our levels are also very clear. The V wave has ended, and right now we are going in the C wave. The C wave has started, and it's possible if you look at the microstructure over here, let's go to the 30 minutes. What I can see is that in 30 minutes, we already have our first wave, second wave, this is the third wave, a fourth wave, and a fifth wave. So we already have our 5 waves, and right now we can expect a correction which can take us to this zone of 3260, which is this level over here. As you can see, our structural broken level. And after that, once we get this one, then we can look for a sell, and we can expect a big wave, because this will be our third wave, and then a fourth wave, and then a fourth wave can again be a triangle or something like that, and then it can break down again, and this will be our last wave, our final wave of this C wave, which is going to complete our higher degree fourth wave. Okay, and then we are going to see a rejection from here, a reversal from here, which will give us a new all-time high in gold, which will be our major top in gold for the next decades to come probably. And more updates will be shared in my free Telegram channel, so make sure you can check this out. And if you want membership access, in that case, you can join with XNES or Vantage Markets. Both are top of the industry brokers with the lowest spreads and lowest commission charges. And you just have to deposit a minimum of $200, make a trade, and send me the screenshot.